Jeanne Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.
Hey everybody, this is Jeanne Robertson, and I might be in one of my favorite places. I'm in my own back porch in North Carolina. We live in the town of Burlington in Alamance County. It is gorgeous here today. We have a special guest, Kelly Swanson. We have lots of activities planned. We're going to catch up on a few logistical things and give away prizes. And y'all are chomping at the bit to ask her some questions, and I've got some of them in the yellow bucket. So let me just get a few logistical things out of the way. Last Saturday, I failed to thank y'all, but on that night, I had unexpectedly gone over 100 million YouTube hits, 111 million, 111 YouTube tips. And I do know that's because of y'all, not only watching the clips, but sharing them with your friends. And I really do appreciate it. And as Left Brain said, is that good? And I said, I think 111 million is good. The next thing is that last week's show, the guest was, we met down in the office. Patrick, how'd you do in that golf tournament? Oh, you're eating. You got up and got some of the, did I make the breakfast casserole?
It was a wonderful breakfast casserole. And I was just passing it and it just spoke to me. It spoke to me. Hey, can I say something real quick? Dorothy Rush, I accidentally blocked her last time I was on, and I'm doing my best, Dorothy, to unblock you because you did nothing wrong, but I'm working on it. I'll just say that. So we love you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Did you do all right in your golf tournament last week?
I made it through.
Oh, you finished.
And I didn't lose any balls. Okay. Actually, it's offset. So for every ball I lost, I found one. Okay. So it was a successful day.
Real high caliber people playing over there. So Norma Rose was here as the guest last week. And we were number 10 worldwide in the Polestar ranking thing.
I don't like that. That's better than you and I were.
What were you and I? 8?
We were 13th.
13th is 10 is better.
We got to do it again and beat her.
Okay.
And seeing that
I got to go some to beat
I had nothing to do with.
She cheated somehow.
No, she didn't.
I had nothing to do with that show, and it did better than all the other ones. So I don't know what to think about that.
I didn't want to say it. All right. The thing we need to do quickly, logistically, is Tony, how many tickets are on sale for the shows and so forth?
I'm losing track. There's so many shows on sale, but if people want to look and see, surely something is near enough to everybody that they could go to a show. Between now and the end of the year, there are about 25 or so on sale right now. Oh, and the first half of next year, there's another 25 or 30 on sale or early access. A lot of them are either early access. If it's early access, and you're interested at all, you do want to sign up because there's no obligation. You just will be notified by email when they do go on sale. You'll get a couple of days notice. So you get it doesn't give you a better price, but it gives you the best seats. So that's the best we can do.
Okay.
But lots of shows coming up everywhere starting in June, you have 2. July, we're sort of taking off for the NS Speakers Convention where you're also speaking. And then August kicks in with 5 or 6 shows, and from then on out, it's really busy.
Okay.
So where do they go to sign up?
Oh, let's go to JeanneRobertson.com and look at open to the public. Starts a humor store, but open to the public. Actually, Humor Store also has a banner at the top that says live show tickets. So there are a couple of different ways to get there.
Okay. And early access means that you will be notified the day the tickets are going on sale.
Or a day ahead even. Yeah.
Oh, really good.
So
okay, one more thing, because the questions are going to come pouring in. Would you show Tony again?
Explain who this is.
Who is this person, this cute guy with these blue eyes sitting over here next to her? Can you wave? that is the spouse of our special guest today, and it is our friend from the National Speakers Association and from the state of North Carolina, Kelly Swanson. Yay! Kelly Swanson. Everybody's so excited about you here and that you're going to, but before I can tell them what you're going to do, we give away prizes just to keep their attention. So this is the sack.
They wander. They'll wander.
They wander. And these will be your choice of everything that we have up here, except audio book. That's our most expensive item. That's a special giveaway.
That's a special.
So
giveaway. All right.
see who you find in there.
Oh, I get to pick?
Yeah.
All right.
It's your fault.
All right. And our first winner, do I read it too?
Yeah. Read it
That's a
out.
lot of pressure. Okay. First winner is Annette Rochelle.
Okay.
All right.
Rochelle.
Yeah,
Rochelle.
Or is that her
Where's
last?
she
Wait a
from?
minute. Is that second word? Is that her last name?
We never know. It says Annette Rochelle Aben, A-B-E-N.
That's why I hesitated.
Annette could live in Aben.
She
Or
could.
her name could be Annette
I
Aben.
think her name's probably Aben.
Okay.
Middle name. A lot of Facebook names are all three. People use all three names.
Okay.
So
All right,
I'm
Tony, you
guessing-
got that down?
I've got Annette, Rochelle. Is
Yep.
that Rochelle?
Now, that's what she said. And the deal is, we'll announce this one time here, and so we can get away with it today just once. But you write to Tony at JeannieRobertson.com and tell her where to send and what your choice is. We have no idea where to send the prize if you don't tell us where to send it. If you've already got something or you want me to sign it for somebody else, Father's Day is coming up. That's why we have the left brain baseball cap.
Did you want to hold it?
Oh, that was quite a stretch.
It
I
was a
can't
stretch,
breathe.
and you got long.
Okay, so let's get a second prize right here.
All
Real
right.
quick.
All right. I got to do everything. Hold
Get
on.
to our fun in a
We
second.
make our
Okay.
guests work.
Okay. 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 And the next winner is, drum roll, Dixie Cowman or Cowman.
Okay.
Cowman.
Okay.
Cowman. Dixie Cowman, you're a winner.
And we don't even know where Dixie lives. Let's draw again.
Well,
Dixie,
I
congratulations.
guarantee you, I can tell you at least 6 of the states she might be from.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. You're exactly
She
right.
is not from Pennsylvania.
You
I can
had
tell
in your
that.
earplugs when you took them out.
That's because I wanted to hear my funny joke.
Okay.
Self-talk.
That's a good
All
one.
right, and this is the last of the first 3 that we give away. Who we got?
Donna Riley. Come on down. I just want to say that.
Okay.
Riley. Riley. Donna.
Oh, we all went out to eat last night, and our wait staff person was named Riley. Okay, but this is not the same
Not
person.
Raleigh, as we got that cleared up in the first couple of minutes, but Riley.
We got plenty of Raleighs down here.
Plenty of Raleighs down
Look
here,
at all
too.
these people that
Look,
are walking in, and we
I'm seeing some of my friends, too. Well, everybody's going to be my friend now, but
Well, let me tell y'all about her. I don't know how to summarize everything this woman does. I will remember that 16 years ago, I was at the Our State magazine event.
Yeah.
And to be on the agenda at the Our State, meaning North Carolina, magazine, a great, slick, good magazine, you have to have a North Carolina tie, or you have to be from North Carolina or ever heard of it. One of the.
yeah.
And so I heard that Kelly Swanson, a storyteller, had a session on. I wasn't on until the next day, but we went up there for the weekend, you know how you do at Grove Park Inn in Asheville. And I went in, and you blew me away. You blew me away. So everybody else is leaving after they're telling you how wonderful you did in this storytelling and from this fictitious town. Look at her. Oh,
She's
my-
being nice.
No,
She's
I-
being, they just didn't have any money left.
No.
So I was the one, well, we don't have a budget left. And Kelly
Okay,
Swanson's
I may have
been
had a
hanging
bigger
around our
shot.
parking lot.
But I've not heard the storyteller like that. I've now been at the storyteller conference like 4 times, but I didn't really realize what a business was and how you had gotten started. So I plowed through the people going, upstream, trying to get. to
She's
the
being
speaker.
polite. There were no people.
And, yes, there were. And I said, do you know about professional speaking?
Yeah.
And you said, I've heard of it. I said, do you know about the National Speakers Association? Yeah, but I'm a storyteller, or I do this, that, and the other. So I said, you and your husband, the cute one back there named Bill, y'all need to get in your car and come over to Graham. We're only 35 miles away, Burlington. And Left Brain and I, Jerry later said, why'd you include me? Tell you what we know. And y'all came in about a week.
We
You
did.
remember that?
We did. We were at your house the next day.
I
You
know.
just didn't know it. Yeah. And we were so surprised. And I remember coming back going, Bill, some tall lady came up to my table. And when I would meet speakers after that, I would say, yeah, I was at this event and this tall lady, they're like, Jeannie Robertson? I'm like, yeah, because I'm clueless. I didn't know anybody. But she came right up to my table, y'all, and she was just like, took me under her wing, had us here, sat in this
I think one
very
of my
room.
questions was, can you make money at storytelling? And you said, well, not
Not
much.
really.
Not with the art of keeping my stories alive. And I said, I need to talk to you.
You did. You changed my life.
Well, I
You
don't
really
know about
did.
that, but you have been so successful.
Well,
And y'all, she's a storyteller. She can also go back and do your regular motivational speaker type thing. And she's funny. So
You
you
can also paint your house. She
I
is
can
a
come to your
speaker.
family reunion
I
and
know.
make you a Ritz cracker casserole.
I know. Do everything that so many people can identify with the stories that you tell. And now you're telling stories tell us about your earlier storytelling, but I want to know, and I know some of our friends do.
Yeah.
Now you've invented a town that everybody swears is their town.
I know, because it's not that invented, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah.
But where I come from, you can't gossip. You're not allowed to talk about people. So I had to change all the names and make them up. But it's Pride's Hollow is my town.
Pride's Hollow.
Pride's Hollow. And it took me forever. You'd be surprised how long it took me to land. I wanted Lake Wobegon. But it was already, I know it was already taken. I was like, I want one as good as that. But yeah, then finally I landed on Pride's Hollow. I know that's weird. Whole made up town.
Make a big statement
Yeah.
here because I've spent the week watching everything that I could find. And your episodes is what you call them of going back to Pride's Hollow.
Yeah, we passed clips 15, 20 minutes ago on each one of those. But
I know,
yeah,
but
they got to be episodes.
I know. I like episodes.
Yeah.
But they are not only funny, they make you think, and they also bring some emotions out. And so, where are you going, Patrick?
What you doing?
You mean?
Can they not hear her?
No, it's just
Hi, I'm Jeanne Robertson.
no.
One of my most favorite places
No,
to
no.
be.
They can hear you, but they want it closer. We think it's
Okay.
just a lot.
Because if I get much closer, I'm gonna swallow it.
I know, right?
Come
I've
back of
already.
your head.
No, can y'all hear now? Well, I don't want them to miss me telling about her because
They can hear you.
the episode. Turn up your sound.
Oh, somebody says you changed their life too, Jeannie. I bet there's a bunch of people. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm reading your threads. I'm not looking down my shirt. There's not much entertaining. And I apologize if my shirt goes down too much today. I'm working on it.
Well, we did see a spike in attendance.
Oh, do what you can, right?
But when I went to the storytelling, and I understand you're a storyteller. I said, let me stop that. What I do is not what I've seen the professional storytellers do. I know one that is really good. And I would tell them who you were, and they'd say, oh, yes, oh, yeah. But I just knew that you had a lot more opportunities in your world than you were taking advantage of. And you are now have gone wild. And when you watch your episodes, to me, I can see you on TV doing one of your, just like Lake Wobegon, because they're just, and I don't really rave about people.
Well, okay, y'all know what kind of moment this is for me. Can I just say something about this too? Is that it was COVID. When you first met me, I knew my town, I knew all my people. And I was ready to go. And I took a look around the speaking business and I went, this is too weird. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants to buy it. It's not going to fit here. And I buried all of them. And during COVID, and they were so mad at me, Bitsy didn't speak to me forever. And during COVID, when I got locked up in my house, like Lent, caught up in a belly button.
Called it.
Huh?
You had COVID. Right?
Oh yeah, I had it too. Yeah. My whole family had it. But anyway, I made it. But that's when I won't ramble. When I realized life is short. And I said, why am I not doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing? And I got to do it now, even though I don't know, is anybody going to watch it? Am I going to get subscribers? Is anybody going to pay me to tell it? But you know what? I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to see what happens. And look, next thing you know, Jeanne Robertson sharing it on her. We just put the first episode up in December. Can you believe that?
4 or 5 months ago.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you had been out there a couple of years ago.
I know you did. I felt bad. No,
But
I've been buried.
okay. Well, we really don't want you on the show if you No, that's not. But let me tell you where we see each other every year is at the National Speakers Association convention. I'm going in June. Tony,
10th through 12th.
Patrick.
Does she want my mic?
Switch them back.
No, you
switch 'em
keep the
back.
mic.
Oh, somebody said the other first mic was better.
The first
Well,
one.
everybody can just hold on for a second because I've been working on it. So go ahead and keep using that.
Okay, but we see each other at
You might need to start
There are
miming.
5 people standing and walking
You
around
might
this
need to
porch.
start miming.
I've been dealing with it. Y'all just
The next portion will be done through interpretive dance.
I told y'all we were going to be organized. I have notes. I have a tablet.
We planned all
We should
this.
have gone
Some
out to eat
impromptu.
last night. But if they can hear you, I want you to keep going
What?
because you go now, you have a following in the National Speakers Association
Wow.
that are
Sweet.
begging you to teach them how to give
There are,
make
yeah,
stories.
yeah. Turned out
that's-
I was kind of good at that too. Who knew?
I know, but that's not really what you want to continue with this Pride's Hollow.
I want to be the artist for a little while. I've been the businesswoman for 16 years. We put food on the table, and that's not gonna change. And I'll do the coaching and teaching, but I want to be the artist.
Well,
My
that's
clock's ticking, Jeannie.
No, but you tell. She's
Her
talking to
clock's
me
ticking.
about a clock ticking. I'm assuming you're talking about
hearing it.
getting pregnant.
I'm
I'm talking about
hearing
living. What is she doing? So we've swapped stories for almost 24 hours. It's just,
We hadn't stopped talking, y'all, for 24
But-
hours. If you know
but
me, you're
when
like,
I sat in the back of that auditorium at the Our State meeting, and I thought, why does everybody not know about this woman? I mean, I really was dumbfounded, and it's very unusual for me to come home and say to Tony and say to Left Brain, I'm telling y'all, I've really found somebody up here that's good, because I'm not a bureau. I'm not a booker.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for talent, but
Yeah.
I go in and listen to everybody. And I was blown away.
oh,
So
thank
the
you,
people
Jeannie.
want to know. We've got some
yeah,
questions.
we got some questions.
All right,
Bring it
and
on.
then
Yes,
I
these
have
are
a
real.
lot myself. Okay, I'm
Maybe
gonna
not that question.
Look this way and see what this
I
way.
didn't hear that.
What, no, her clock is ticking. Does that just
Yes.
irritate you? Know what out of you, Tony?
And I wasn't talking about
Yes.
the pregnancy
Yes.
clock. That clock broke a long
Tony's
time ago.
6 months ahead of mine.
All right.
my wife
Okay.
said if I want more kids, I can do it with my next wife.
No, okay, we'll get her.
That's
All right, this is Christina Green
Hey,
from
Christina
Gresham,
Green.
Oregon. First, I'm wondering how many of us ordered the red knife after your show last Saturday. Mine arrived from Amazon.
I have had at least 30 emails for people asking me how, and they can't find the right one. They don't know for sure. We weren't prepared to sell the knife.
Okay, next week we will be selling products. We will be getting percentages, and we will be organized.
Get me one out of the drawer in there. Tony.
No, we're not showing that knife again.
No,
in case.
I'm not going to show it. I'm going to give it to her.
Oh,
Norma
okay, that
told
we
us
can do.
Just in the middle of the show last week, Norma says, this is my best knife. I give it to my sharpest friends and all this. I've got about 6 of them. She forgets who she
Well,
gives
this
them
is
to.
my best hair. This is the kind I clip in for special occasions.
Get me
This is my
some
special
scissors, Tony.
Occasion
Well,
hair. I take
well.
it everywhere I go.
Well, be
right,
prepared
well,
to give the
You don't need
website of where you
scissors.
buy
I
it.
know you don't need scissors. It comes out.
I know,
Anyway,
I got to get me some long
it's
hair
good.
like that.
I can put some in.
Here
You
it
wear some
is.
of mine.
Second, well, that she just want. And anyway, Norma Rose is not a salesperson. We don't have a commission. We have a sponsor.
Not yet.
Somebody finally said there are going to be 800 people who order this.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, this is why Christina Green from Gresham, Oregon. Second, I am enjoying your next guests. That's you
That's
stories. And my question is, do you base your stories, the ones in your episodes, on actual events or a fantastic imagination?
That's a good question. I'm going to say a little of both, but the whole reason I created a town was because I couldn't talk about people without getting in trouble because you're gossiping. So my first solution was, well, then I'll just make up a town. I'll put them all in there. I'll change their names. So most of my material is true, comes from real life, comes from people. I mean, that's where we get our material. I was telling you earlier, I sit on planes and watch people, and so be careful if you're riding beside me on a plane, you might pop up in a story. So it's all based on real things that happen. But I changed their names.
You told me something.
And I exaggerate a little bit, but don't we all?
I said every time I would lean my chairs way back on a plane, Left Brain would say, "Are you eavesdropping?" And I said, "Yeah." They were laughing back there. Just be quiet. Let me just lean back a little further and listen. But you told me about your mother. So these are based on characters. But see, I put my cast of characters, put them in the audience, put their name under the story. They know Norma Rose, Jane Tucker, Beaver, Tony. They know everybody. and Patrick. And Patrick. I'm sorry, Patrick.
It's okay.
Oh, you should have been here last Saturday if you didn't know the truth.
I was with you in spirit.
So, but you have the opposite thing about using. You take true characters and make them into other kind. And do they recognize?
They don't like it if they know what. No,
Really?
Here's the funny thing. Lord, I hope my mom's not watching. It's okay. She doesn't think I have a real job, but I'll go to my mom sometimes and I'll say, Mom, that story I just told, that's not Aunt Ruth and her oxygen tank. You know that, right? It's not real. You know, when I write about Mama on Black Velvet, that's not really you. You know, she's like, oh yeah, no, I did never even consider to a T. To a T. She's like, oh, I never thought any of that was about me. So it turns out the people I'm really writing about don't realize it anyway. They like being famous. Infamous, even though their names changed. They like knowing that they're part of the story.
Okay, there's an Andy Griffith episode where the town left-brain person goes to Raleigh and gets on a show, and he hits a home run trying to be funny, but he inserts the names of the people in Mayberry into the stories, and they are furious.
Yeah.
Have you seen that episode? I mean, they are furious. Until people start riding through town and saying, oh, you've got to be Aunt B. Oh, now they're all saying, you can use our names. You can use our names.
It could change. I remember one time I said, my husband, which y'all have all met now, Bill's sitting back there. I said, my husband was the first one to see in me something I didn't see in myself. Those were fighting words because now it's true. Now in her mind, I thought I was the first one that saw something in
your mother. Oh no! Oh yeah.
So it's funny. Sometimes they'll cherry pick which ones they want to be true and which ones they don't. But she's my biggest fan. If she has happened to be watching and figured out Facebook,
it just happened.
I know you knew it
and
first.
Has figured out Facebook.
Figured out Facebook.
You know what my sister Catherine told me? She said, "You don't have any stories about me," so I got one quickly.
Yeah.
And then she called and she said, "If you ever have any friends who don't want you to use their name, you can just use me in their stories." I mean, people.
Well, and then they come up. They go, "Put that in your story, Kelly. Put it in that family reunion. Oh, that happened. Go put it in your story."
But I was watching I built up all week with different episodes.
Thank you for that. And thanks y'all for watching. That made me feel so neat.
Well,
you shared them and everything.
And you told me you've done 6 more and taped them since you.
Oh, and they're better.
Oh,
I almost want to take these back. The ones coming we've already filmed the next 6 episodes, Bill, or maybe even 7.
Well, and if y'all want to see more of Kelly's videos, go to prodshollow.com. That's on the screen, and you'll be able to see all kinds, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Please. I would love that.
See why we keep Patrick around.
I know, right? Thank you.
Yeah,
right, let's get
that's why.
Let's get another question.
Another question from these people.
These are good questions.
Well, they're good people that watch my show.
Linda Krim wants to know if Kelly does live shows, and please come to Missouri.
Yes, I do. Would you like to hire me?
Okay, Linda Krim is. I don't tweet. I don't Twitter. I have a story about the time I asked Jerry if he wanted to do Twitter that night, thinking learn it. and he said, I don't think
That's
so,
not legal
honey.
in
I'm
the South."
tired and I've been going on to bed. But Linda Krim is the queen of
Linda,
Twittering.
you've already been sharing my stuff on your page. If you're the same Linda Krim,
It is.
She's already sharing the love
From
and telling
Missouri.
people
No,
about
she's
me.
terrific. We love
All right,
Linda.
this is unbelievable.
Yeah, what?
Did y'all see me pull out a question
Don't tell me
from
it's Linda Krim.
Linda Krim?
No way.
Hi, Jeannie and Kelly Cochran Swanson. Question 1. My question for Kelly. I'm very impressed with Premier Productions, Primeau. Curious, do they use local actors or are they friends of yours that they're helping out?
Yes to all of it. It's Primeau Productions. They're in South Carolina. Yes. And I don't know why, Chuck Gallagher at Primeau Productions, and they do both. On the COVID Christmas Carol, they hired actors out because that was that was a bonus episode. It's only the second one. It was already a bonus. And then sometimes they're just, getting the footage already, and they're friends of mine from the speaking business. He came up to me in a hallway.
I know Chuck.
Yeah, and he had bought the company and said, I want to bring your stories to life. And I fought the video concept. I was like, you can't show my stories on video. You can't do that. I got to tell you, and you got to imagine them. But wow, they do a good job, don't they, Jeannie? They really do bring it to life.
Patrick, have you had a chance to watch some of them?
Oh yeah, I love him.
Chuck did. You know Chuck too, don't you?
Very well. He's great talent.
Yeah.
The NSA is full of a lot of people that do it. All right, here's your. And I think you said that sometime. Bill, have you been in these clips?
Yes, I have.
Yes, Bill's been in the
Girls' Night clips.
He was. I did a girls' night show online, and Bill had a lot of parts. He just steps right in and does it. Then steps out. He doesn't say much, but he'll go wherever you tell him.
Good. I'm proud of you. All right. Is there any chance you will do a live show in Missouri?
I'd go anywhere right now to be live. So yeah, the answer is yes. But I'd suggest you try to get Jeannie first.
No, you don't have to do.
But then if you don't have any money left,
But if you got some extra chicken,
I'll
convention
work for food.
chicken.
Y'all just don't understand. We're just like everybody else in the COVID. On one day in last March, a year ago, we turned on the TV and they said, we are closing down the state of, and everything washed out.
My whole business for the rest of the year disappeared. I mean, almost felt like, did it, Patrick? Almost like overnight or within a week, the phone you stopped answering the phone because it was always and for those of us who, this is our family's livelihood.
It's like all of a sudden God said, everybody take your pants off. We're going virtual.
Yeah, right.
Now, the funny thing is, I want to clear something up that somebody could say, this is our family's income. Bill's quite productive himself. And it's not like she's the only one working and you're some kind of a slough.
No, he's doing a, I didn't want it to come across like that. No, it's a whole family effort. I've had my kid in the back selling books, loading cars, booking flights, and he's a numbers guy. So I'm just like, and he's looking at, no, it's a whole family takes it, all of it.
And I think I've always said over and over, you don't have to have a spouse or a partner, but if you got one and you travel and you work, if they're not supportive, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I couldn't have done it.
Oh, Leslie loves it when I leave.
That's when you can come back home and clean the house. Okay. So that was one other question. I'm going to ask you another one. I'm reaching into the big smiley face bucket. And the question is, Kelly, Phyllis Jackson.
Hey, Phyllis.
Don't tell me where. I'm going to say from Jacksonville.
All right.
No, I don't know where Phyllis. Kelly, just as the Miss America contest, which I didn't even get in the top 10, but no one has milked it for more, was for Jeannie's launching pad. What do you perceive as the launching pad for you that has resulted in Pride's Hollow's existence?
Two things. Number one, that woman right there. I'm not saying that to make you feel good. I'm not that nice. If you hadn't stepped into my life that day, who knows what tent I'd still be trying to, or birthday party I'd still be trying to, or, who knows? So you were a catalyst. And then the second catalyst is, I know 2020 was tough for a lot of us, and I joke, but it wasn't a pretty year. But I think I'm going to look back and find a huge, big old silver lining, because that was the year it pushed me to really figure out what brings me joy and to do what I was born to do. Without it, I'm not sure how long it would have taken me. So,
I know what you mean. Now, I don't have a guest next weekend. Tim Gard is coming in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to love Tim Gard.
He's so funny.
I'm glad he's after me.
What I have begun to do that I wouldn't have done because you're so scared somebody's going to take your stories and all that, I will bring my tablets back up here and ask the people that are right here right now. I'll say, I've either gotten this far in this story. Do y'all think it's worth continuing, or do you have a punchline? Do you have a punchline better than one I've got? And I wouldn't have done that a year ago for anything. And then I'm on that radio show, and they say, since March a year ago, Neil Steele's radio, and he says, bring us new humor every Friday. So I've really stretched. And then, Kelly, you might not know it, but I had a book came out that was all messed up, and we sold them anyway.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
And I was thrilled.
And anybody who's watching this hoping to be you when they grow up, this woman at this stage of her career, you are still working, hustling, crafting, coming out of your
comfort zone. But I can't get my leg uncrossed.
You don't coast. Well, that's okay. I can't cross mine. So we're fine. Do you need me to lift it or something?
No, I think I'm going to just let
Kelly, okay. You're giving all this effusive praise. I mean, good Lord, it's like you wrote a. It's like
you would too if you were sitting on Jeannie's back porch. But if they know her in the speaking business, she doesn't like hearing that.
It's like you wrote a poem or something.
What do y'all?
I did. Is it time?
Yeah, I think now's as good a time as any.
It's behind.
What is it?
I couldn't come. I mean, every time I'm on my back porch and
not
my family,
man, a guitar. Y'all, come on. Everybody's going to think that I knew about this. I know nothing about this. No,
she didn't, because she would hate. You would hate it if you knew about it. But when I get on my back porch at our family reunions, you bring what you've been working on. I'm just saying. So I'll try to do it fast too, so I don't take up too much time. So tell everybody
you wrote this.
I wrote this
as an ode.
What else do you want me to tell
today
you?
Or last night?
Not really.
No, I just said to myself, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna read it. I just finished it yesterday.
I have no idea.
She doesn't have any idea because she would not let me do that. I've been hiding it.
How much time is this going to take?
Well, she said, is there a subtle way to set this up? I said, not a subtle way, but I'll just go ahead and drag it.
Do it fast. But I can't get on Jeannie's back porch. There's a serendipity to all of this. The first time I was on this porch and being here 16 years old, I just had to write about it. All right, well, let me go so I can be fast.
Don't go too fast.
You gonna play in the background?
You just do your thing. We
need a little bit of music.
You do you.
All right. This is kind of our story, as told by me. Once upon a time and far away, a little princess went out to play. Well, okay, maybe not so little. Anyway, once upon a time and far away, a puffy princess with a good personality went out to play, with a handful of stories and the strangest of dreams that she was going to be a professional storyteller of all the things. She was either really stupid or really brave. We all know which one her family would say. But she still skipped down this yellow brick road looking for Oz, but kissing lots of Toad. And then one day, out of the blue, the clouds parted and the angels sang. Well, technically, we were in a hotel lobby at the Best of Our State Festival. She was the star, and I was the let's put her after the bacon while they're still half asleep. Her books had sold out before she even arrived, and my husband still trying to convince the waiter he needed one of my cassette tapes. Buy one, get a box free. But anyway, and then one day the clouds parted in all their glory, and this magical woman pranced right into this princess's story. And not just any woman. Oh no, not at all. This fairy godmother, my heavens. Are they always this tall? She floated through hallways and people whispered in awe, there she is, there she is. She's the queen of the ball. Known for her beauty and pageant appealiality, but so nice and kind, they crowned her Miss
Congeniality.
Congeniality. Get it? Geniality. We'll just let that marinate for a minute. While pretty and charming, we won't sell her short. This godmother knew her way around a basketball court. From pageant to gym, then right up on that stage, she pulled everyone into her spell, no matter what age. You would laugh yourself silly. Then you'd laugh once again as every word landed from that magical wand of her pen. And the fairy godmother in all her glory stopped to step into this puffy princess's story. And she grabbed her hand and she said, come with me. I'm going to show you the place you could set your stories free. Well, technically, you invited me to your house. Remember? And Bill and I came and sat around your kitchen table, starstruck, taking notes. We couldn't believe you were so normal. Now, I will say, last time we were invited in the living room, and this time I got to the back porch. So, is there something you're trying to tell me? I'm just saying. Well, anyway, back to the story. So the puffy princesses studied all the fairy godmother taught, the way that she moved, the way that she walked. And she saw it didn't happen by magic or just sheer talent alone, but a lot of hard work that to most people is unknown. She made it look easy in the spotlight, but when the curtain was pulled back, We saw all the hard work and the late hours she packed. This fairy godmother got game. You won't catch her fall short with her promise to work harder than anyone else on that court. I think that's one of the things that influenced me most about you, Jeannie. You taught me the value in laboring over every word. And there's nothing more amazing than not only seeing just talent, but when we get to see somebody truly intentionally perfect their craft. And not many people will really understand how much she did and continues to do to make it look natural. Trust me, I've seen her spreadsheet. So the puffy princess began to find her own way through valley and hill, behind the godmother's footsteps, which were much too big to fill. And sometimes they crossed paths, a touch here and there. Each time was a gift, these magical moments in midair. Seriously, in midair. We ran into each other, remember that? On planes and sky clubs more than anywhere else. For in a magical kingdom where princes aren't always charming behind their bling, this fairy godmother laughed off her crown with an, oh, this old thing. Quick to sit with a stranger or make you laugh in your strife. Miss Congeniality was a title she has held on to for life. Don't be mad. And so many times in those planes, oh, I got to tell you all this. Jeannie, when we would get on a plane, remember, you would always find a place to come sit by me. She would give up her seat in first class to come sit by me in one of the cheap seats. Remember that? You did that more than once.
First class.
I'm just saying. I know.
Must have been bumped up.
Oh, sure, I didn't pay for it.
See? And even as people would find a way, because I watched her, we'd be on air, I'd see people come up and they'd be like, wanting your autograph or wanting to talk to you or say, yes, they would. But I'm going to tell you, I knew you wouldn't want this much spotlight. I'm almost done. But every single time they did that, you would bring me into that moment too. You would make sure every time. Well, have you met Kelly Swanson? You did it every single time. You always pulled me into your moment. And so for this princess and others who wanted to make people laugh, and I know some of you are on this call right now, whatever we call this thing, live stream, who wanted to make people laugh, she showed us how it's done. She guided the way, lit our path, this tall woman of humor and grace, giving us hope we could be just a fraction of the woman we see. The fairy godmother continued to weave her magic wand, and her kingdom of fans grew to millions, 110, or is it 111? 11.
But who's
Make
but
sure
who's
I
counting?
get that right, but who's counting? And far beyond. And when a pandemic hit, she still opened, see, I'm almost done. She still opened her home because she didn't need a stage to remind us that we're not alone. She stands shoulder to shoulder with the funniest in fame, with one outstanding difference that others can't claim. As high as her star flies over that beach, she has always kept herself within our reach. And all of us sitting here today, you know it's true, because even today, she's still sitting here talking and listening to you. You've taught me to succeed with grace and to be funny with class. I'm still working on that one. To learn to see life through a comedian's glass. That audiences are something that should always be treasured. And that laughter is a gift that can never be measured. That when theaters close and when stages are gone, the work we all do will always live on. I know my fairy godmother's light still shines strong to this day. But I could not pass up this moment on the front porch to say, thank you.
Oh, man.
For all that you continue. I'm not done yet. Thank you. I know I'm almost. Thank you. I know you are. Thank you for all that you continue to be and for inspiring us to be just 1/10 of the person we see. And I know everyone is watching and nodding because you all know it's true that the world has been so much brighter because we knew you. I'm just sorry you have this one regret. Your own hero you never met. But there's still time, and we'll pray it comes true, that Charles Barkley will one day find his way back to you. Rock on, my friend, and thank you for inviting this puffy princess
Okay.
to your back porch.
Yay.
Oh.
Thank y'all for letting me have that
Did I
moment.
even know this?
You did not. You wouldn't have
No.
let me do that.
No.
I was like, I said, Patrick, Jeannie's gonna hate this much spotlight, but I got to.
And I said, yeah,
And everybody
Jeannie
wants
shuns the spotlight. She hates it.
It's not like, thank you for writing, Kelly. Everybody's saying nice things.
Because they
Man,
agree
you
with
can
me.
Write a poem.
They agree with
Do
me.
you know Charles Barkley?
No, I don't. I thought he was on Grey's Anatomy.
No.
Well, Kelly was inspirational to me. I've written a couple of poems that I incorporate into my show, and it's because Kelly.
I love poetry. I love using poems.
Yeah, I have one that starts off about me being a puffy princess.
That she took.
I swear.
Took for you. What's the line I was leaving? Oh, I was leaving in Indianapolis at the convention, and I'd use the line I use about the Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem Regional Triad, Piedmont International, what local people still call the new airport, because that's your airport, Mike.
Yeah.
And a young man came up. It was his first timer. And he said, the line about can I just talk to you for a minute? The line about the Greensboro airport. I'm from Greensboro. I just have to take it. I'm so sorry. I just have to take it. I said, so I can't use it in Greensboro anymore. I need to give you credit. What is the difference? But you work hard on your material and everybody. But that is a true treasure. May I have a copy?
Yes, you may for a price.
Okay, let's go. Let's get this.
We ought to
off of me.
record it. We ought to
Kelly,
record it for her.
That meant a lot. What's your last
I meant
name?
every word.
Why don't you give some more prizes?
I
said, what's your last name?
Thank you.
All
Give us
right,
more
more
prizes.
prizes.
What's your last name? But we don't see each other much.
We
were
don't.
saying last
And it's
night,
been
we're busy.
16
We're
years,
busy.
and I started here. Well, I hope I'm not done, but it had to be done. All right. Next winner. The next winner is Aratia.
Just
Rumple.
spell it.
Rumple. That's a good idea, Tony. Arrettea. Rumple. It's a beautiful name. I just don't know exactly how to
Does
pronounce
it
it.
say where Arita is from?
No, it does not.
I don't think it's Arata.
But she shared a bedroom with her sister.
Her middle
too.
name is Kate. Arata Kate. Is that, that's over your head. I can tell that went over your head. That's very good.
Eradicate.
I know.
Eradicate. I get it.
You have to deal
I
with
know,
it.
right?
You just don't get it. It's discouraging.
She shared a bedroom with her sister too. She said, "I could feel your pain." I know, right? We used to sleep with our head at the foot of the bed with the window open because we didn't have air conditioning. Sorry, I'm throwing that one in there.
We
All
had
right.
a wet wash rag across our forehead. All right, let's give away another one. And these people can.
I thought I was done once I did my poem.
No, these
Y'all
people
can't see down my
choose
shirt when I do that.
from it. No, I would alert the world.
Okay,
What is
another prize. There's going to be some jokes. Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. All right, next one, Ken Clardy, Clardy. Ken Clardy, you won a prize.
Nobody puts where they're from. See, if they'll tell
Are they?
me.
Yes, Sedalia, Missouri. This one's Sedalia.
Is there a
Sedalia.
song about Sedalia? No, that's
Vidalia.
Vidalia.
I know. I went off
The onions.
My mind already went to the Vidalia onion recipe. You ever had the Vidalia onion recipe?
That's
good.
Anyway,
What?
I was singing the
Don't
song.
play it. We'll have to pay a royalty.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, and one more right
One more.
here. Patrick, somebody said, does he sing other songs? I said, yeah, but we have to pay if he sings other songs, so we can't do that.
Well,
I like the ones
Should,
you
because I was
like.
going to sing Party in
Facebook
my pants.
Facebook had shut us down. Would shut the show down. That episode if we sang other people's songs. We don't want that.
I know it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
You ready to sing a song? You wrote a new song.
Well, I'm just sitting here with my guitar in my lap.
He's ready.
Whatever gave you that idea.
Do I read the last prize winner? Who
Yes.
is from early Texas, not to be confused with late Texas.
Uh-uh.
Connie Thomas.
Latex.
Tommy, late. Texas.
We got Eradicate and Latexes.
We're just going downhill or uphill, either way.
That's right.
So Patrick came in here. And I've written a new song after playing in the golf tournament. Okay, and he wants me to hear this, and I love your song. This one we get to take a breather. You can sit back.
Can I
you can
sit
just
back?
do what Tony sometimes brings us another Diet Coke or something over here. Okay, Patrick, take over.
Well, as you know, I was, for those of you who watch regularly, I was not here last week because I was playing in a golf tournament. And
I didn't even notice that he wasn't here.
they got incredibly high ratings last week. But anyhow, so I am not a great golfer. I'm not a terrible golfer. I'm good enough to have fun. And so the guys we play with are the same way. And so in the middle of the tournament, my partner looks at me and says, "Where are you lying?" And I said, "I'm chipping for par." And we thought that was really funny because those of you who play golf knows that you're not in a great position if you're chipping for par, although it is possible. So I wrote this song. Let's see. 80 degrees and no chance of rain, sipping on a Bloody Mary to ease my back pain. 9 o'clock in the morning, 18 to play. It's gonna be a heck of a day. A little shaky off the tee, but it's not a bad start. Buffett playing from the speaker in our golf cart. A 7-iron, a wedge, a cheap cigar. Now I'm chipping for par, hanging with my boys. Chipping for par, making too much noise. Chipping for par, been here before. Trying my best to get on the dance floor. Ain't no place in the world I'd rather be than with my best friends and a nice cold drink. And chipping for par. A little hook to the left and a fade to the right, a worm burner down the middle, and I'm sitting all right. Oh, here comes the cart girl with my Bud Light. Now I'm chipping for par, heading to the back nine after making the turn. It's clear none of us got a real shot at the tour. Tiger, Phil, your job's secure. 'Cause we're chipping for par, hanging with my boys. Chipping for par, making too much noise. Chipping for par, I've been here before. Trying my best to get on the dance floor. Ain't no place in the world I'd rather be than with my best friends and a beer or three. And chipping for par. Ain't no place in the world I'd rather be than living life dead solid perfectly. And chipping for par. Thank you.
For this week, there's a lot of old geezers that think they can go on the tour and win.
It's like the first time I did a triathlon. I did a little triathlon sprint, which is not very far, not very hard if you're into running. And as soon as I finished, all I could think was, I got to do an Ironman. That lasted about 30 seconds.
Yeah. But Phil Nicholson.
Oh, yeah.
Inspired you.
Oh, yeah. He's only a year older than I am. He's only a year older than I am.
That's a great song. You're going to put it on YouTube so we can go find it?
Sure.
That's great. Is it already on there?
No, I just wrote it yesterday.
Golly, that's good stuff.
Yesterday.
See, this is the part in our family reunions where now somebody get up and clog.
I have always wanted to be able
My
to.
sister was national champ.
Was she
clogging.
really?
Yes, we'd go to clogging competitions, and she was on Hee Haw once.
Oh my God! You know who else
Y'all
was?
know what clogging is? Everybody watching? What?
I don't know if you know Barry Banther. I don't know how many
Yes.
people watching know Barry Banther, past president of past chairman of the board of the National Speakers Association. But anyway, he was a clogging champion, and he was on the Grand Ole Opry when he was 4 years old.
4 or 40?
Mm-mm.
4 or 40?
4.
Wow.
He sure is. He's a North Carolina guy. He has
Wow.
2 places, North Carolina.
Another loyalty that we do not want to talk about.
No, not everybody.
What?
Your
You
microphone.
Well, we don't. I didn't want to put it up. I was afraid he was going to
I
say
know,
where
but
Barry
now that you're-
Banther pulls.
Now that you're talking, you need it up.
Yeah. So Barry is a wonderful guy, but we all have flaws.
I
And
don't think he knows Charles Barkley.
I don't think he cares about
Because
Charles
he
Barkley.
went to another school. We won't. go
Another
into
school.
that. But can I ask you, because we've been giving away books here.
Yeah.
Patrick, thank you. That was great.
Oh,
I
thank
just
you.
wrote
I
it
wanna hear it
yesterday.
Yeah, it just took me 2 years to write another song.
I know. Well, the people are saying, "You got anything new?" So I want you to spur on. I think you have a real.
I do too.
Power.
I told him he needs to write the theme song for Pride's Hollow. He said he would.
He's promised me one for the back porch for 2 years.
Oh.
All right, but what I want to ask you is,
What?
do you have, I know you've written books, do you have a children's book?
I do. It's called The Land of If Only.
She wrote it for her
Land of
husband.
If Only.
Yep. Am I supposed to say something more? You're looking at me like,
No.
that's cute.
When
Yeah,
you
I
told
do.
me about
It's
it
a
earlier,
sweet
I
children's
swear
book.
you said if only. I didn't catch if only. I think if only makes sense.
And
I didn't know what the other word was.
The Land of If Only. Oh, and if anybody's watching, Karen Eddington in NSA illustrated it for me.
Oh, I know, Karen.
She
Sure.
illustrated the book for
So
me.
where can they get that book?
Well, just so happens. No, I'm teasing. Amazon.
So go to
Give one
Amazon.
away
Yeah,
right
let's
now?
give one away. Let's do
Okay.
it.
But
How
if you-
would they get it?
Just find me. You can Google me in any way and reach out on my contact form on my web and say, I want a prize. Or we'll get 40 emails saying I want a prize. But just say, I want a prize on Jeannie's back porch. And I have some options. You can get my children's book, Land of If Only, Who Hijacked My Fairy Tale. Just Google Kelly Swanson.
Can I
Find my
can I
web.
offer a suggestion?
You can.
Okay, so
will sing it?
if you win the book that Kelly's about to give away, email Tony at JeannieRobertson.com. It's there on the screen, and Tony will forward it to Kelly.
Yeah.
That way,
that'll
we're
work.
not just
I
opening
was
windows
trying to
yelling
give
Kelly
not
Swanson's
Tony
name
a
out
lot
there.
of more work to do.
But also,
That's
listen,
okay.
if you don't win this book, and most of you won't, go to Amazon.com and put in what's the name of the book?
Or you can just Google me and you'll see all my books.
Google Kelly Swanson
Kelly
on
Swanson.
Amazon, and you will find the book. It's great.
Yay.
Okay.
Hey,
But
thanks
we're
for the
going to
plug.
give with this drawing,
Yeah, let's give one.
someone will get the children's book about If Only.
Okay, Land of If
I
Only.
think you were
Get
saying
the
If
title right.
Only,
It's a good
like
one.
Lenore, like from somebody from Shrek. If Only was, go ahead.
It
Put on
came
that.
because I said, I talk a lot. Fairy tales is kind of my shtick. My other book was Who Hijacked My Fairy Tale. So it was like we always live in this land of if only I were tall, if only I were skinny, if only I had a cut. And I was like, so I created this whole children's story about
Good.
people who live in the land of if only. All right, you give me that look
What
that says just pick a
age
prize.
child is that for?
I always say it's kind of like a coffee table book, even though it's paperback, because there's a message in it adults really appreciate
Okay.
too. So it's kind of a timeless. But I mean, I guess you got to be old enough to read.
Well,
read
some of your clocks are ticking out.
I know my clocks are ticking. Retta Coates from Grand Lake Grove, Oklahoma is in the house. You want a prize?
Spell it for me.
OKLAHOMA.
Not
Retta RETTA Coates. Right, coats of many colors. Dolly Parton.
Anyway. Okay. Now, how much time we have, Patrick?
We have
It's not on
7
the
minutes.
screen.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. So we got a lot of time. So what we want to do now is let's ask another question, and then we'll give away the audio book.
All right.
That'll be fun. And
I love
here's
these
the
questions.
I know.
Hey,
it.
am I allowed to go back and answer some other questions? Not
Please
allowed,
do.
but
You
but
can get on the screen.
I'll go on and maybe answer some of the questions later on Facebook when I'm reliving this moment over and over and making all my family watch it.
Well, you should do that because my people like clean humor,
Yeah.
and I hope a lot of them will enjoy sticking with you.
Oh, can I mention something before you go on? Now, some of you are asking about Jeannie's audio book.
That's what I'm gonna give away in a minute.
Oh, okay, well, go ahead.
Hold that.
I'll hold that thought.
The one you get a commission on, Patrick.
I know some of you are
Yeah.
thinking about that. You have to be.
Okay, here it is. This is the is this a question? Yeah, this is a question, and then we're going to do another drawing. You just really got me about the clock ticking thing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't. Mary Miles Cronk, CRONK. This is to you, Kelly.
Okay.
What is your funniest memory growing up as a child? What is your favorite childhood memory? The
That's a
funniest
hard
thing
question.
that
And my
you-
family all laughs at me because I don't remember most of my childhood. Isn't that
Mhm.
weird? It's I don't have many. Funny.
I don't
that's
like
a
the
hard
question
one.
to say, what's the best town you've ever spoken in? What's the funniest thing? It's just so hard.
It is
narrow
hard,
down.
and best childhood memory. And
Did you
I'll
know
tell you
was
what.
did you know you was funny? Did I just use
No,
that
I did
word?
not. No, I didn't know I was funny.
That's Pride's
I
Hollow
didn't
coming
know I
out.
were funny. I was the picked on kid and the bullied kid, and I was shy as the day is long. And if you looked at me, I turned beet red. And I'm even now still kind of introverted. I don't really like getting out.
Oh yeah,
I know.
No, a lot of I found a lot of humorists are. That's that way we overcame
how
it.
to be okay, but I had to learn how to do it on purpose. So no, but I was funny. Well, y'all can pray for me when this is done. But I realized I was funny in college when I met my best friend Budweiser, and but that's the point where I didn't even know I came out of my shell because college was a whole new place to be, and realized I was funny. And people are like, oh my God. And that's how you made friends in college was I was hysterical and I went, okay, this is how I make friends. So I didn't, anyway.
Apparently you could also play golf.
Why?
With Budweiser. I mean, that's
right.
No, I'm kidding. All right. That's it. I'm going to put that back in there for.
Can we put it back in here?
Yeah. Because these are the questions, and we're going to give
got it.
All right, another question.
That was a hard question. Good question.
That was a good question.
It's good.
That was a very.
I'm gonna think of it tonight when I'm in bed and go find her.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
This is like you're talking. Mary Doremus Lewis. I'm from everywhere, USA. I grew up in rural Arkansas, worked my last years in Austin, Texas, now a full-time RVer, which is also known as an escapee, domiciled in Livingston, Texas. Kelly, have any of your friends and neighbors from childhood recognized themselves in your stories and told you about it? Do people come up and say, that's me you're telling?
No, they come and, I have a story that I can't tell here. It's too long about something that kind of painful and raw that happened to me in college. And somebody came up and said, you told my story. And I said, no, I didn't. That's my story. And she said, well, it happened to me too. And it happened to a bunch of us. So that's not a funny answer, but other than that, no, nobody. I hear more of, oh my gosh, how did you get into my bedroom? How did you are it? That's my town. And I'm thinking, well, how could that be a town? You're in Canada or you're in another country. So I hear a lot of, I know those people.
It's not always the best thing you want to hear, though, from somebody.
What?
That's not always the best thing you want to hear. How'd you get into my bedroom?
I know, right? Well, when I do my marriage jokes, I'm like, how? When I talk about my husband, no offense, Bill, drooling when his nose whistles when he eats a sandwich, and it just makes you want to punch him in the face. People are like, I'm not proud, but but they'll say, how did you get into my,
Well, radio stations, because I do radio stations. I love radio, not just Neil Steele's, but they can set them up where the theater shows are, and they help sell tickets.
Uh-huh.
And they always say, what's your purpose? And I say, I want the people that leave saying she could have been a fly on the wall in our house.
Yeah.
And telling the same things that happened to us. And it's the same. I told you last night, I don't know if you remember, but the baton story, I described the auditorium, and the people who come up and they say, I know you didn't say what town in Eastern North Carolina it happened, but I recognized my elementary school, and I say, it's everybody's.
It's everybody. And I want the Pride's Hollow series was born out of, I knew the storyline was about being brave. And I knew it wasn't about skydiving or hiking, or it was about Harriet seeing that Buick out in the driveway and never. So part of my purpose in the Pride's Hollow stories, I want them to come out and go, it's not too late. I can go, it's not too late. I can go take that tiny act of courage. That's part of my purpose.
Can I interject something?
We love it.
So the woman who had asked that question, she's a full-time RVer.
Yeah.
That's somebody who travels to RV.
Yes.
Well, I've spoken to some of those. They have big events with hundreds of RVs, and they have Kelly. You'd be perfect for some of those events. So if I forgot her name, but get her Kelly booked at some of these RV gatherings. She'd be a great.
I'm saying
I'm all for it.
Or me.
Anybody got ears and want to laugh and feel good?
Kay Francis says, does Kelly know Charles Barkley? When Kay Francis was on a month ago, she, at the beginning of the show, her phone rang. And I thought, oh, no, but that happens to us. She picked it up and she said, what? No. Oh, Charles, I'm sorry. She pretended like it was Charles Barkley on the phone. It was hilarious.
That's one funny woman, Kay Francis, right there.
She's a funny
Shout
woman.
out. Are we giving away something else?
We're giving away.
Do I draw for it too?
The big prize.
The big prize now.
Yes. This is a
Oh.
7 CD audio version of my latest book. And it's 7 hours and 26 minutes. Patrick is at it. And Patrick and I priced everybody, and they could do great jobs, and you could get readers. But we decided to tape it in the closet upstairs. And we had all this.
It's out of the closet now.
Yeah, it's out of the closet. So we're hoping if you don't listen to CDs, we just did about 1,000 of these because you can get it off the where Patrick download it or whatever.
But you can make it digital if you want. That probably is digital. You can make it on listen any way you want, right?
I'm sorry, I'm dealing with a troll here. What are y'all saying to me?
How else do they get the book?
Oh,
digitally?
great! I'm glad you asked. There's a troll saying some really crazy things here. I was trying to deal with them.
Oh.
I'm trying.
Okay, so saying you're the prettiest 77-year-old.
And I say, I'm not 77, I'm 49.
I tend to attract the trolls.
So go to storejeannierobertson.com and you can either download the audiobook to your iPad, iPhone device and listen to it wherever you want, or you can order the CDs there as well, and we will send them to you. And for those of you who have vehicles that still have a CD player, it's a great way to listen to it on road trips.
And you need a new car.
That's right. Yeah, if you have a CD player, you need to change your transmission fluid.
Okay, and if we've told this and it's yours, you win it. But if you don't have it, this is a great gift to drop by your local home where people don't have the option of leaving.
Yeah.
And they can take the 7 so we don't ever end on a story that's halfway told. I mean, you have to, a couple of them stop short because we kind of finished, but it's a great gift to give away. So,
drum roll, please. And the winner is Kelly Swanson. I wish. Nancy Gerhardt from Bradenton, Florida.
Gerhart.
Gerhart.
From
Nancy,
Bradenton.
Congratulations. I wish I won that prize.
Well, thank you. They're available.
I am. I'm going to get one before I leave.
We'll give you
We
one
can sell you one.
when you leave. But
At a discount.
I must tell you, I appreciate that poem.
I meant every word. It wasn't hard to.
Well,
it wasn't one of those, I'm going to blow smoke up her rear end by complimenting her. I meant every word.
That's good.
Yeah,
I hope y'all have enjoyed meeting another friend of mine. Look, somebody's called Appalachian Ambrosia. Thank you for Patrick. Good eye.
There's a troll keeps popping up and I keep smacking him down like whack-a-mole. Somebody's calling me Patrick Henry Troll Fighter.
I don't know if Appalachian is the one, but I went to Appalachian in Boone, North Carolina. ASU.
You went to App State?
I did. Still trying to live that down.
They have a good time out there.
Mm-hmm. It's a great place.
You might not know it, but everybody else in this room but your husband went to Auburn. But we pull for, are you ready? Elon. ELON.
Well, I went to Auburn. It was a good year. I graduated from Southern Miss.
And then they asked you to please go and see what you could find in Mississippi.
That's right.
We're going to go, and I just know that y'all gave up because you could have ridden over here from High Point this morning and just sat down and done this and left. But you came yesterday, and we got to tell stories and went out to eat and did all of that kind of stuff. And it's just been a treat having you come, and you're going to be so popular with so many people, not from just my show, but I mean, because of your talent.
But make sure y'all go to prodshollow.com and follow Kelly, subscribe to her YouTube channel. That way you can see all of her latest material.
And thank you, other than the troll, for being so gracious to me and coming to Jeannie's community. And you all were so kind and complimentary and sharing.
I have a quick question.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I have a quick question. These 6 new stories that y'all have had done and completed, how do you start piecemealing them out? Where can they look for them?
Well, when on that YouTube channel, they're also on a podcast, which I hate for you not to see the video, but you can go to if you go to my website, you'll find all of it. But some people just prefer to listen. I don't have a routine because it's kind of, I'm at the mercy of the video production company, but we routinely put out new episodes.
And you just started this last December.
We just posted our first one in December.
Kelly, this is amazing.
I know.
Well, good.
Clock's
We're glad
ticking.
to be on the ground floor with you.
Thank you.
And you've got the talent. Hey, y'all going to play our little song again, Patrick?
We sure are.
Okay, I love this. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Bill, for coming by. And you've got to not talk so much. You try to take over.
I'll try to hold back next time.
I'm so sorry Left Brain wasn't here to sit in silence.
I know
with
it.
You.
It'll look like that show. Anyway. All right. Y'all have a good day.
Play the song.
She's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.